Hey everyone, Doug Bender from DyeStat.com, and look who it is, everyone. We've got the great Parker Wolfe, the pride of Cherry Creek, Colorado, the University of National Champions, North Carolina. And thank you so much for coming on, Parker. It's Nuttycombe week, and we wanted to ask you a little bit about how that's shaping up for you.
Yeah, exciting week. Thanks for having me. Excited to get a little preview into it and get ready to go.
You're no stranger to Nuttycombe. You've been there 3 times already. I wrote this stuff down. So you were 24th back in 21, 6th in 22, and last year 7th. So a 4th crack at Nuttycombe. Obviously, the bigger picture is getting used to that course so you can run a really fine national championship race on there in November. What do you like about Nuttycombe? What do you like about going to Madison?
I mean, there's not a lot of courses that have the cross country vibe like Madison does. So one of the better courses out there. It's really good flow to it. It's a lot of fun every time, and it's a really good stimulus for me and the team. We're really excited to really get that hard hit. Can't really get a lot of those in practice. They're more just like things you hit in a race. So really excited to go out there and give it a go with a full squad and then see what we can do.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have a good relationship with that course, or is it been kind of like has it been tough on you?
Yeah, I'd say it's decent. I was definitely disappointed with kind of last year's finish and the season as a whole in cross country. So I'd say it's a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth from last year coming into this year, but I don't know if that's the course's fault, so I won't blame it.
Okay. But it suits. It's nothing wrong. It's not something that you can't. Doesn't have a problem on there that you can't solve, right?
Right, exactly. I think we trained for it to be hard, and so we're kind of ready for anything. We don't get a lot of snow and cold down here in North Carolina, but we like to think that we're ready for anything, and we can kind of handle the punches that it throws us.
Yeah. I think it's been warm up there lately, so maybe it's going to be North Carolina weather up there.
Might be.
Might be. You guys took 6th last year at Nationals. How do you feel about the relative strength of the Tar Heels coming into 2024 compared to that team?
Yeah, we definitely came off last year almost a little disappointed with 6th place. I think we thought we had a chance at getting in the top 5 at the very least, and so we got a really good squad this year. I'm really excited that we got a lot of guys that kind of have been here for a while. I think most of our team, besides a grad transfer, is what we call, I guess, homegrown and guys that have been with Coach Mill and this training staff for the last 4, sometimes 5 years for these guys. So I think we're in a really good spot. We've got a lot of guys back from injuries, a lot of guys back from everything going on. So we're really excited. I think we've got a good squad, and I think kind of the team motto is team running this year and working towards that. So we're looking good. Very excited for it.
You guys, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys won ACCs last year for the first time since 1985.
I believe that sounds right. Yeah.
And now Stanford is in your league.
Yeah.
So what is that? What is the addition of Stanford? Well, I mean, and Cal, but what's the addition of Stanford mean to the ACC when it comes to men's cross country?
Yeah, just it raises the level, raises the bar. We're really excited for. I mean, the ACC has been growing for the last few years, and it's become really distance heavy, and it's really exciting to get another addition in. And I think it just makes everyone better. We gotta step up our game each year. No one's gonna hand it to us on a silver platter. So it's really exciting to get really good competition in there, and I think we're in for something special. So it should be really, really, really fun.
Okay, good. So Nuttycombe, it will be your first race since we saw you on the podium at the Olympic trials in the 5,000 meters. I can't not ask you a little bit about how the aftermath of that worked out for you. And, you win the NCAA championship in 5,000, you come back to Eugene, and you make it all the way to the podium right behind Grant Fisher and Abu Noor. Take 3rd place. You come into the mix zone. You're talking about possibly, hey, maybe I'm on the team, all of that stuff, and then kind of a casualty of the world rankings quota, and then within a couple of days, it's Grant Blanks on the team and not you. So, what can you recall from that period of like a week of the emotions that you had to go through?
Yeah, it was definitely a stressful week. I mean, it was really exciting, and I think it was the culmination of just how we planned out the season and Coach Milton and I's training up to the trials. And so obviously it was a really exciting part where we were able to compete on the day. And I think, going home that week, it was definitely a bummer to find out that I wasn't going to be the one going based on a ranking quota. So it was kind of a roller coaster, and back home in Denver when I found out, and I guess we just kind of roll with the punches. So I know I've got a lot of career ahead of me, and I think I hopefully have a lot more Olympics to compete at, and I'm just really excited to be back training for cross, and I think being around the guys and the team again is kind of, it just gets you in the right mindset, in the zone, and it's really exciting to be back. So
You obviously can snap back into something, put your mind on it, but I would imagine you watched the Olympics, right, on television.
yeah.
Like, was it bitter for you knowing that you could have been on the boat going down the river at the opening ceremonies? I mean, Blanks ended up ninth in the final of the 5,000 meters, and you just beaten him a couple of times. So what was the feeling like about my God, I could have been there, like, how was that for you?
Yeah, it was definitely bittersweet. I mean, it was really cool to see Graham do well, and I knew he'd represent, USA great on that stage, and so I was definitely, cheering for him and all the guys racing that 5K. But it definitely was a bummer knowing I think I could have competed really well in that, and I think I could have done well in the final as well. So it was definitely a little bit of a bummer, and I think it's fuel for the fire. So got to use it as motivation, and you learn from it and move on, and things like this happen for a reason. So got to keep moving forward.
The way that American men competed in Paris, whether it's Cole Hawker, Grant, Rooks, other distance guys, what do you think what does that do for guys in the NCAA system? Maybe even as far down as the really good high school kids, to inspire and motivate.
Yeah, I think I thought this Olympics was really exciting from a distance side. I think for me personally, I mean, Grant Fisher was one of my coach's old guys. So seeing that process that he went through in college and to where he is now is just like even more validating that I'm on the right track to doing something I want to do for a long time. So it's really, really cool to see. And I think, it passes down, even though I have that connection with Coach Milt and Grant was with him too. I think you see that just throughout, seeing a younger guy like Graham and Abdi, and I mean Grant's young too. It's really exciting for American distance running. I think it's more competitive than we ever have been, and so that's a really exciting thing to see.
Do you ever do workouts? And maybe Milt goes, "Hey, this is a Grant Fisher workout, and this is what he did that day, and this is what you did the same day." Like, do you have that kind of apples to apples comparison sometimes at workouts?
Not so much that. I think we Coach Milt's done a really good job of kind of changing with the times, and he likes to say that if Grant walked in here and saw the workouts we're doing, he'd be pretty appalled. I think it's definitely transformed over the last few years, and shoe technology, training technology, it's all progressed really fast, and so I think there are some things he pulls, a lot of things that he pulls ideas from when he was coaching, Sean McGorty and Grant, and I think he just applies those to us in newer ways, and he's always learning, always changing. So I don't think that we've done exact replicas, but we've definitely taken parts and ideas from work ethic he used. So yeah.
We're kind of going through a little bit of an era right now in NCAA track. The Nico, Graham, Parker Wolfe, American-born kids that are dominating NCAAs, and that obviously doesn't always happen. It's such an international group of men at the top of those events. What has it meant to you to be part of kind of like an upswing in the local, the domestic talent rising up, and again, whether you're chipping away at an Olympic spot or grabbing onto one, that must be feel. I mean, you're in that group. How's that feel to be thought of that way?
I think it's really cool. Yeah, I think it's a really inspiring thing to see. These young guys, like we said, doing it at the Olympic level, and then you see us in the NCAA, and we're kind of hoping to be that next generation that'll come in and really keep raising the bar. It's cool to see Grant compete against all these international guys that have dominated the sport, and they still do dominate. And so when he's mixing it up with them, it's really cool to see that like we're going to be hopefully that next step that comes in and really keeps raising it. So it's really cool, and I think we haven't had it in a while. I think American distance running has been kind of at a lull for a while, so it's awesome to see guys stepping up and really showing out.
Yeah. Obviously, internationally, the 1500 is such a big deal right now, and I don't know how you follow the Jakob and Kerr and Hawker and all that, but what is it? How excited are you to see those matchups and things, whether it's a Diamond League or an Olympics? And you obviously you ripped off an amazing 3000 last year. I'm not sure if that 1500 really feels like your event necessarily, but it's not your event. Like, what is it? When we think about a future that might include the 1500 and the way that how fast guys are going now, would you like to be in those sorts of fields, or do you still think of yourself more as a 5-10K guy?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the core of it, I think we're training for the 5K and 10K. I do think that I can run a really good 1500, and I hopefully will continue to race that and be competitive in it. But I think just the way we train, the way we go about things is definitely more 5K 10K oriented, and
yeah,
I think with time we're only going to get better at the 5 and even the 10 over time. So I wouldn't write off anything shorter, but
the way that you kick, in those two big races, again, NCAA's and the trials, it's like, well, this, why couldn't you? It looked like you're summoning your Cole Hawker speed there in the last 200 of those races anyway. So,
right. Yeah. It's definitely something we've been working on a lot this outdoor season. Is actually the last year and a half. We've been really just kind of trying to build strength on that last lap and hone in that kick. So definitely wouldn't write it off. I still got some wheels for the shorter stuff, I'd say. So we'll see what happens.
So early July comes and you have to turn the page on that. What did the rest of your summer look like? How did you feel like you bounced back from sort of unfortunate news in order to kind of like get your mind back into it and get prepared for this season?
Yeah, it was just kind of that full reset that I think I needed, and we took some downtime, and I went up to the mountains in Colorado, did some fishing, really just took it, and as much as I wanted to run, it was more of just trying to take that time and actually recover and relax. And so did that, and then we've been slowly building back up the last 2 months and really getting back into it. And now that we're back on campus, most of my what you'd call summer training has been done here in North Carolina because summer was so short because we went so long. So no, it's been really good building back up. I'm excited. I think we're in a really good spot right now, and just we're definitely building strength, and we may go into some races tired and working hard, but it'll all come out in the wash in the end. And that's what everyone's shooting for, is to be at their best at the national meet. And I know Coach Milt will have us all ready for that.
I'm interested to know more about your time in the mountains and that putting running aside. I'm assuming you're a fly rod fisherman. Like, you're relate. The time that you spend in those places in the mountains on the river. I'm at camping probably a little bit. Like, what does that do to sort of like replenish you as a Coloradan?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's no better place to spend time. I love the mountains. I spent a lot of time up there. Just I mean, it's better weather, better views. I mean, there's not a lot of places where you can get so much nature stimulation. So no, it's just a really relaxing place to go hang out. And it was really good just during that downtime to hang out with some friends up there, do some golf and fly fishing. It was a good time to just fully reset. Yeah.
What's your favorite river in Colorado?
Oh, I didn't fish a ton of rivers. I did a lot of lakes.
Okay.
Fished the Blue River. There's a couple other rivers up in Vail, Colorado that I like a lot. But I didn't get to any big rivers. I was just like kind of local rivers or some alpine lakes I got up to as well. So
you're using like a float tube in a lake. Are you bank fishing?
I did a little bit on the bank. I'd kind of wade out and do just kind of in the middle, a little bit. It's pretty shallow lakes
I see.
that we're getting up to. But
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't get too deep into it. I didn't want to buy any waders or use my dad's. I was just doing it just to hang out.
Just
So
hang out and have fun.
yeah, it was a good time though.
Um, so coming out of the track season that you had, um, has that elevated your expectation or your desire for an incredible cross country season?
I mean, definitely. I think I have a little more confidence going into the season, and I think with how cross ended last year, I'm just kind of in a spot where I don't really know where my cross country fitness is at, and I think there's a lot of new additions of international guys, so it's really hard to gauge. And
Yeah.
I think this season is just about trying to race our best and seeing what we can do. And I think if we do our best, we're going to be up in the front and really pushing. So it's a very team oriented season. It's the last one with the guys. So gonna try to do as best we can, just all around, and a lot of team running, team mindset, and see what we can do.
Yeah. Ninth 2 years in a row. That probably doesn't sit that great with you, right? You want to be always moving up a little bit higher.
Definitely.
Tell me about Ethan Strand is back for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Who else? Tell me a bit about the personalities on your team, especially in your top like five, like that are going up to race this weekend in Wisconsin. Like, we're a lot of people are going to have their eyeballs on you because you're the NCAA champion at 5,000. But what should we know about some of the teammates on your team?
Yeah, we've got Ethan is a big personality. He's more of a 1,500 guy, but I think he's really excited for cross. And I mean, he had a great opener at UVA the other weekend, and so hoping he can build off that. And we've got young guy Jacob Laney coming up. He's really exciting. Just he's very very raw talent and hasn't really got a chance to race much last year. He redshirted, so. And then we've got, guys who've been with us, Will and Patrick. They are, kind of I would say the originals, the OGs of the Milt team. They kind of started this all for us, and they've been here a while. They were in a car accident a couple years ago, and they've really built back, and they're in a great spot now, training hard, and really excited to see what they can do. And I mean, they just keep getting better every week. And we also got a new transfer in from Iowa, Max Murphy, and I think he's going to be really good too. And he's just keeps building every week as well. And so we're just strength on strength on strength here, and just building up mileage and workouts and aerobic strength. And then as we get to the end of the season, we'll be ready to go. So it's really cool to see this kind of like the group we thought we'd have together as seniors is kind of the group we have now. And we may not have gotten there linearly, and it was more of like an exponential up and down curve to get here. But it's really exciting to see just everyone here together working for the same thing.
Yeah. What's the favorite route that you guys take in Chapel Hill? Like, what are the running options there that you guys like to grind out your miles on?
We've got a nice soft surface, mostly soft surface trail that we do a lot of our long run and workouts at. The American Tobacco Trail is kind of our go-to. We really like this Umstead State Park. It's also a really good one, a little bit further. And then right on campus, we do a lot of just like if we ever run from here, we'll do a loop through this Carolina North Forest. Good amount of soft surface around here. Sometimes, when you're on, it's a big campus, it takes you a second to get off and then into the soft surface. But no, we've got some really good spots to run at, and not a complaint on the amount of places we have to run.
Good. So, I think I've been there once. It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was there, I just couldn't stop thinking about Michael Jordan for some reason. But
yeah.
Do you go to the basketball games?
I've been to one in my three plus years here. Yeah, the only one I've been to was one that we were recognized at for our ACC.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm not. I love sports and I love watching them, but I also like not being around a whole bunch of people. So I'll watch them with the team on the TV or whatnot. It's a little more, can see more anyway. So
yeah. That's true. Okay. Let me think here. I could probably start to wrap that up, but Again, it's such a pleasure to see you again and talk to you after it's been what is it, two and a half, almost 3 months since
Yeah.
Eugene, and I think we're all waiting to see what you look like now after having been through all of that you did in June. So uh, good luck this coming
Thank
weekend at Nuttycombe, and yeah, we can't wait to see how that unfolds for you.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm excited for it as well.